there was a medical protocol that was agreed between the two teams, the two medical teams, that if there was an injury in the squad, then we could replace from the outside, getting them into the biosecure environments. And we've had 1 or 2 injuries with regards to our bowlers, hence 1 or 2 players coming in. So that's why KG's here. Buren Hendricks, he had to do 1 or 2 COVID tests, also a blood test regarding his antibodies. So I think he passed those, and he'll probably be within our bubble in the next couple of days. Regarding Keegan, at this stage, there are no injuries to any batters. So we're not allowed to, because of medical protocols, to bring in a replacement. In order for him to come in or be considered, we'd have to have an injury to one of our batters. If that answers your question.
Happy, thanks.
Thanks, Shafiq. Who would like to go next? Just a reminder to indicate your question in the chat panel. Stu?
Hi, Mark. Just to go back to this test match, what most impressed you about your team's performance?
Yeah, I think the batting is good. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about the depleted bowling attack, but we still had to do the hard work up front. I think, they started losing a lot of players once we had sort of taken demand of the situation. I think, they had 1 bowler out, but our batters batted with good intent, especially, with our back up against the wall after the first innings. The other very big positive for me was comparing the way we bowled in the first innings to the second innings was chalk and cheese. We were very disappointed the way we bowled the first innings, and the way we came about, the way the guys went about their business in the second innings was what we expect of them, and it showed in the results as well. We just hit good areas with good intent. It was good, smart cricket. It was just good pressurised cricket, which ultimately goes to the results. So those are the 2 factors that really stood out for me.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Stu. We'll go top next in Tina. So just a reminder to please mute your monitors when you're not speaking.
How's the Bouch? Well played. Good win. I just wonder, we've seen all these injuries with the Sri Lankans, but nobody seems to think, hang on, what are the South Africans getting right in their preparation that they're not getting hurt? I mean, you guys have played, I think, a similar amount of cricket, maybe you've played a bit more white ball, but what do you think you got right in your preparation that we're not seeing the same kind of calamity in the South African cabinet?
I'll still going to say, because I'm not too sure what Sri Lanka have done in their setup. I just know that it is very difficult in these times to prepare. We haven't had a lot of cricket. Games have been postponed or cancelled in our franchise games. So it's difficult to. We were tested with regards to our workloads, so we're having to think out of the box continuously to try and get our workloads up in order for these guys to come out and be able to bowl 20 overs in a day. All we've done really is recognise that we're going to need a big squad in order to get through the season. Sometimes you just want to play a guy for the sake of playing him because he's maybe your top bowler or something, and there needs to be a big consideration for the workloads that he's had from the mental side, from the physical side. All that type of stuff comes into play. So you've got to take the emotion out of it and make a smart cricketing decision. So there are times where, for instance, a guy like KG, we really want to play KG, but KG also, he's got to get his workloads up so that he doesn't go into a game, a test match, where there's a high risk of him getting injured. Then we'd be doing not only him but ourselves injustice as well. So I'm not too sure what Sri Lanka side have done. I'll probably have a coke with Mickey Arthur later and chat over and find a couple of learnings. Maybe we can learn from them so we don't get ourselves into a bit of a pickle as well. But yeah, it's just treating these times as extra cautious and having a bigger group or bigger squad to select from in order to make good decisions.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Telford. We'll go tennis then for those.
Hi, Mark. It's sort of almost a follow-up on your answer now, but you have a big squad. What's the thinking selection-wise for the second test, especially with the batting order? I know there are a few bowlers coming back. especially with the batting order, you have a few young guys like Reinhard van Tonder there. Are you tempted to stay with the same batting order, or do you want to give a few younger guys or inexperienced guys a chance?
We just got 600. Why would I want to change our batting order? This is Test match cricket. You don't just grab an opportunity. The guys that have gone out there and performed, deserve their spot again. So in Test match cricket, you wait for your opportunity to come. There are got a couple of very good batters waiting in our wings, and we'll keep working on them. So if they do get opportunity, that they grab that opportunity. But for now, I think everyone would agree that it's going to be very difficult for me to go swapping and changing a batting order that's, we've been through a couple of tough times of late. So we'll take the 600 and we'll try to work on that going forward. It's a big test series against Pakistan coming up and Australia as well. So it's no time to start experimenting here and there when we're on something good.
That's cool.
Cool. Thanks, Tennis, for those.
Well done, Mark. Just a follow-up on those two. I mean, you've mentioned in terms of working on fitness, and Faf spoke about lockdown. Is it easier for batsmen to maintain their fitness levels during a lockdown? And then when you spoke about creativity with making sure the bowlers can get through the loads, what kinds of things do you have to do to keep the bowlers fit?
I think it's easier for batters to work on their fitness. Doing shuttles, you can do shuttles in your back garden. You can't bowl, I suppose you can, but I mean, it's difficult to bowl 20 overs in your back garden. So I think that for batters, it would definitely be easier. With regards to the loads, you've got to try to simulate a game situation. A game situation is you might have to bowl 10 overs in the morning and then come back in the afternoon and bowl another 10 overs. And while you're busy waiting, you've got to walk around in the field. And that's trying to simulate what you're going to do in a game. So that's the sort of way that we've gone about things. You can't also put guys into cotton wool and just have them bowl 6 overs and then you feel like they're ready for a test match. Their workloads need to be upped. And up to a certain amount of time as well. You can't just say to a guy, okay, rock up here and bowl me 20 overs now. You've got to build him up over a period of time to a safe sort of zone where if you do want to push him on a particular day, that his body, we know, can handle it. So, yeah, we're thinking out of the box. We've got to make good decisions for the guys' bodies. And that's why we've got a medical staff. That's what they're accountable for.
Sorry, and would you say that the guys are as fit or fitter than normal?
We've put a large emphasis on fitness within the squad. Our fitness levels have definitely improved over the last year. And yeah, that's good signs, and we're going to keep raising the bar with regards to fitness. But fitness and bowling loads are something completely different. So I'd say our guys are fairly fit at the moment. There are certain individuals, though, that maybe will be a little bit short on loads. Maybe because they've been ill or they've had an injury. We need to build them up in order to push them at the intensity of a test match game.
Mark, with KG back and available for his home ground, will you be considering going in with the all-pace attack? I know that Kesh got runs, but there's traditionally more pace and bounce at the Wanderers.
We don't know if KG's back yet, as I've just explained to you now, that KG's been out of it for quite some time. So, yes, KG, because his name is KG Rabada or Kafisa Rabada, you'd want to play him. Obviously, everyone wants to, but you've got to manage him and his loads so that we don't put him into a high-risk zone. So, over the course of the next 3 days, we'll see where he's at. He's coming back from injury. So, yeah, we'll just monitor his progress. If we have to play him, then great. Or if we have to wait to play him in the first test in Pakistan. If Prejiso's in your side, it's a bonus. But we've got to manage him carefully. So regarding KG, we don't quite know. We don't know yet, to be honest. And your other question, sorry?
No, I spoke about Keshav without the spinner.
I'm not a big fan of going into a test match without a spinner. I think it's very dangerous. And as we saw during this game now with Sri Lanka, if they didn't have a spinner, I mean, they would have struggled even more. So yeah, I think it's, especially if you have a look at all the venues around in franchise cricket at the moment, our spinners have done really well at all the venues. So I doubt that we're going to go in without Kesh.
Thank you.
Great, thanks Shafiq. We'll go one quick one for Flornie and then wrap up with one last one from Ken. Flornie?
Oh, right. It's just a small question for Charity. Can they leave the bubble now before the second test or not?
Sorry, what's
Or
that?
So it's just a question for Charity around the bubble. Can they leave? Can players leave the bubble now, or will they still stay in it before the second test? A few days away.
We're not allowed to leave. We're not allowed to leave. We've got to stay inside until the end of the second test match.
Thanks, Mark. Ken, if you can wrap us up.
Mark, congratulations. You've been national coach for a year now, pretty much, and I guess one of the players that you've been under the most pressure about in terms of the court of public opinion, if you like, has been Faf du Plessis. He called his innings yesterday a statement innings, and obviously you must feel that it's really justified your faith in him as well. Just how important is he for the team?
Well, I don't think it's come from me. I think it's come from you guys. The media have been putting pressure on him. I know what Faf is worth as a cricketer. I also understand that what he's done for South African cricket. He's been a great player. He went through maybe by his own accord, a bit of a dip in form. So he would have felt a bit of pressure to go out there and perform. So yes, we've got a new batting sort of order lineup, and with that you need that experience. And I think he showed it this game. He'll understand as well that that's it's something to build on. He understands it's a big series up in Pakistan. Then we come back in and play against Australia. He's in good form. He's done some very good work, over COVID times on his batting, his technical side of his game. So he looks very comfortable at the moment. For good players, there's big runs around the corner. Even if you do go through a bit of dip, I think him being where he was as a player, he really wanted to score runs. So I'm very happy for him from a personal level. But Faf du Plessis scoring runs in the South African batting lineup, and with that experience is gold dust to us. So it's nice to have him in good form and in good spirits, and hopefully, for us and for him that continues.
Great, thank you.